Welcome to MTG Ectoplasm, your home for Spirit Tribal and Magic the Gathering. I'm your host, White, aka Di Blanco, a medium that wears an extra large. You can reach out to me on Twitter at MTG Ectoplasm, or you can email me directly at mtgectoplasm@gmail.com. Let me know how am I doing. Am I doing a good job, a bad job, or I shouldn't quit my day job? Now, like I ask each and every single episode, do me a favor. Hit that follow, like, subscribe button. It's somewhere on the left hand side, right hand side, upper, lower. I have no clue. But wherever you're streaming this, you could be on Twitch, YouTube, uh, Facebook now, Twitter. If you're on Spotify or Apple or Google Podcast, hit that follow, like, subscribe button. It's very important. The reason why, the algorithms. I don't know what the hell an algorithm is, but I know it has to deal with math. And because of this math, I need you to hit it for me, because if you like this content, and I hope you do, you can by hitting that, you can share it with everybody else. And also, like I ask each and every single episode, share this with your friends and family. Because if you like the show as much as I hope you enjoy the show, and as much as I like making the show, I hope you can do me a favor, share that with others, because this is really important to me, to get the news out there about spirits and the wealth of knowledge that I have, according that I believe I have when it comes to Spirit Tribe. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring in the one, the only, the individual who I call the Ravishing One. She's the driver, she's the engineer of the show, she's the one who makes all the pretty graphics and all the little layouts for me. The one, the only, the Ravishing Renata. How you doing there, Ravishing? Oh, they couldn't hear you. Can you repeat again?
I'm doing pretty good.
See, that's where I screwed up. I hit the wrong button. So, yeah, how you doing? How you feeling? You feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
Well, thank you for everything you did to this evening. This is a really big podcast, because for those who were unaware, the last podcast, I had a young man named Zach Fink. Now, for some of you like who are avid listeners who do follow the show religiously, I want us to thank you for being patient, because I wanted that episode to breathe. And the reason why is because that was a big episode, not only for me, but also for you, the spirit content listener. The reason why I say it so is because this young man took a mono blue snow build in spirits into a Pioneer Showcase Challenge. Not just any league, not any type of Pioneer Challenge. This was a Pioneer Showcase Challenge where you have to be the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme. And this young man, Zach Fink, went out there, kicked ass with a mono blue snow build. And if you missed that episode, you really need to go back and listen, because it was a lot of great information that you may have missed up on. I think am I saying that correctly? Okay. English is such a difficult language to speak, you know but it was a very important episode. And it doesn't matter if you are a band player, especially in Pioneer, or even Azorius or Mono Blue Snow. It's really important to figure out what's going on in the current meta. Now, for those in modern, they're going to go, hey, Dwight, what's going on? When are you going to show us the love? Why are you showing so much to Pioneer? Well, can we be honest with one another? You know, I know, we both know, we all know that because the Pro Tour is coming up very shortly, the only way to get in or show that, you're going to show your muster, honestly, is either through MTGO Arena, or you're going to your LGS and kicking ass there. Now, with the way the meta's set up and everything that's going on, a lot of things are changing. And Zach actually brought it up. He's like, the meta's going to change. New companions out there. And this is the reason why I did this particular episode. I actually wanted to do, I'm going to be honest with you, my goal, honestly, was to do a Mono Green Devotion deck tonight. No, I wanted to do a Red Deck Wins deck right after that. And the answer is no. Why? Because this deck that I'm going to talk about, and if you hit the thumbnail, you know what deck I'm talking about. I'm talking about Pioneer Angels. The reason why I'm saying this, ladies and gentlemen, is that I have been playing MTGO. And for those who don't know, I do have a show that I do put out, MTG Ectoplasm Gameplay. I'm going to start again on Saturday. I'm already going 2-1. I kicked Rakdos uh, ass just recently. And what was the other deck that I lost to? It was stupid. Lotus combo. Stupid me. I misplayed or I didn't hit the right button. I screwed up. I cost myself the game. But with that being said, technically I should be 3-0. But this deck, for me finagling around, me trying to better my skills in MTGO world, I stumbled upon this deck and I keep on facing it over and over again. And what I'm trying to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that we shouldn't just worry about the main decks out there, like mono green devotion. We shouldn't just worry about uh, red deck wins, or is it, the is it deck, or the uh, all the other decks out there. We shouldn't just primarily focus on that. We should also consider the up and coming decks, the decks that are making some noise. They got some holes in them because they haven't really figured or mastered or interlaced the particular cards that should work with one another. So that's why I'm bringing up Angels in Pioneer. Now, for those who don't know, Angels comes in two forms. Now, you would think, hey, Angels come in mono white. You would be wrong. You would go, what? Angels are not mono white. What's going on here? Did you bump your head? Did you crack your skull? Well, if you look my clean shaven head recently, no, I did not bump my head or crack my skull, because guess what? They're in two versions. The second one's going to you're going to go, no, you really lost your mind. What they're running is Selesnya Angels. I know, I couldn't believe it. And the other one is Bant. So let's look at the deck list currently that they got right now in Pioneer Angels. Now, as you see in front of me, or right next to me, or over there on the left hand side, they're running 26 creatures. They're running 2 Brutal Cathars, 4 Skyclave Apparitions. Sound familiar, right? With our decks. Then they're running 4 Youthful Valkyrie, those shameful little Valkyrie, 4 Righteous Valkyries. These Valkyries, I'm telling you. 4 Resplendent Angels, 4 Giada, Font of Hope, and then 4 Bishop of Wings. Don't worry, we're going to break this deck further down. Now, this is where the Selesnya comes in. Ready? Look at the instance. 4 Collected Company. Are they stealing stuff from us? Are they taking stuff from us, from Spear players? We started off in Azorius. We went to Bant because of the Collected Company. Are Angels following our lead? Maybe. Now let's look at the artifacts. They're running 3 Book of the Exalted Deeds. When I first saw this card, I was like, interesting. I didn't poo-poo it right away, but I was like, interesting. And then running not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Portable Hole. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but we're going to get more into that. They're running 23 lands, 4 Branch Lord Pathways, 4 Mutavaults. Kind of weird, right? But they're running 4 Mutavaults, 4 Overgrown Farmlands, 4 Temple Garden, and 7 Plains. And then finally, let's look at their sideboard, shall we? They're running 2 Shaper Sanctuary, 2 Deafening Silence, 2 Blossoming Defense. I like that card a lot, actually. 2 Archon of Emeria, 3 Settle the Wreckage. So, ladies and gentlemen, they got some board wipes here. And then finally, 4 Containment Priest. That's something we don't have to really overly concern ourselves with, Containment Priest. But let's look at this deck realistically. What does this deck in general say? This is what it says to me personally. Once he thought there and put their wisdom together and said, hey, spirits is having too much fun. And you know what? We have all these wonderful things called angels out there in the world, and there's no travel deck for it. Elves got it, goblins got it, merfolk, humans, rogues, and so on and so forth, and spirits. But now, hey, let's put angels out there. And the worst thing about this as well is the fact that they're stealing something that we enjoy doing, that we love to do. And what is that? Evasion. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. They're stealing away something that we commonly take advantage of. And it's evasion. If you're a new Magic the Gathering player, you're gonna go, evasion. What the hell is evasion? What I'm trying to say in simplified form is flying. That is one of the biggest advantages that spirit players have, is that, guess what? It's not unblockable, but technically, if they don't got no flyers, we flying over and we smashing. I hate to bring in my New York accent over here, but that's what we doing. We're putting concrete slippers on people and dropping them on the East River. You know what I'm saying? You follow? They're sleeping with fishes. But that's something that Pioneer Angels is stealing away from us. Now, if you keep on taking a further look, you see certain key things they're missing here. There is very to little instant, notice how I'm saying that, instant interaction. Now, for you who play spirits, that's the piece de resistance, as the French would say, when it comes to playing with spirits. What else is beneficial about spirits? I keep on saying over and over again, we protect our own by using selfless spirit, and we use what? Rattle chains with the hexproof ability. And the fact that, rattle chains happens and allows us to play our creatures with flash. Not over here. This is a sorcery driven deck, with the exception of Collected Company. Let's take a deeper dive, shall we? Now let's look. We got Giada, Font of Hope. Now, when I saw this card, I knew as a spear player this was going to be problems. Why? Well, I'm going to let Ravishing read this card for me.
Legendary creature, angel, flying, vigilance. Each other angel you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each angel you already control.
Now you can tap it, add 1 white mana, spend this mana to cast an angel spell, and it's a 2/2 creature for 2 mana. Now, you've heard me not scream, but voice my opinion on a certain card called Peekaboo that I keep on saying, I want Peekaboo. I want Quarters Attendant. Don't know what these cards are. You'll hear me say them in the future episodes, but I want these cards because this here is to me, a spear player I consider unfair, because this isn't a lord, because the fact that it is a legendary creature, but it has Lord S tendencies, and it's amazing. To me, I find it absolutely amazing. Why? Because first things first, it's a mana dork for a particular tribe, and it benefits that tribe. And on top of it, it's a pseudo lord in a sense, where if the angel comes onto the battlefield and you're tapping it to add 1 white mana to cast an angel, it gets a +1/+1 for every other angel onto the battlefield. So if you have, let's say, right here, a Righteous Valkyrie, and you have 2 angels onto the battlefield, it gets +2/+2. So technically speaking, it's a 4/6 angel. So you're telling me this ramps up their deck, and on top of that, pumps up their creature, gives them their power? Ew. That sucks. The only advantage that we technically have is the fact that this is legendary. It's slow in a sense, but it speeds up their deck amazingly. Now let's look at Righteous Valkyrie. It's two generic and a white. Why don't you read it for us, Ravishin?
Creature, angel, cleric, flying. Whenever another angel or cleric enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. As long as you have at least 7 life more than your starting life total, creatures you control get +2/+2.
Hmm. Hmm. So basically, I tap a, let's say, Righteous Valkyries onto the battlefield. Oh, I have Gianna there. Oh, I'm gonna cast another Righteous Valkyrie. That's so when I cast a second Righteous Valkyrie, oh, it gets two +1/+1 counters on it, making a 4/6. And then because the original angel comes into battlefield, oh, you gain 6 life. What? And it gets it closer to where all their creatures get +2/+2 on top of that. Eesh. Eesh. No bueno. No bueno. Now let's look at the next card. It's Bishop of Wings. I'll read this one, Ravishing. It's 2 white mana, human cleric, a 1/4. Whenever an angel enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 life. Whenever an angel you control dies, a 1/1 white spirit creature token. Create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Oh, so you're telling me, oh, I gain life, and if my creature happens to disappear, go away, just boom, goes away to the oblivion. Or shall I say just basically the graveyard? I'm overdoing it here. You get a 1/1 flying spirit token. Where are these cards for us? Now I want you. The reason why I put technically 3 cards together, is because of Righteous Valkyrie and the Bishop of Wings. They can't protect one another as efficiently as spirits does, but what they do in the short term and the long term is the fact that they gain life, which ends up protecting the player, increases the power and toughness of their creatures. Now, the secret, honestly, for them, honestly, is to get under everybody. But the fact that this deck is a sorcery speed deck, they have to play it fair. They have to play it fair. And gaining life is the only advantage they have, because they know, I know, we both know they can't do anything otherwise if they didn't gain life. Now let's look at the next slide, shall we? The next slide has, what do we see here? Collected Company. For those who don't know what Collected Company is, it's a green instant and a 4 mana instant. Sorry, 3 generic and a green, and it reads: look at the top 6 cards of your library. Very nice, because we use that in Bant Spirits, right? Put up to 2 creature cards with converted mana cost 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Well, for those who aren't aware, who haven't seen this deck, every card in this deck, with the exception of Collected Company, is 3 mana or less. Did, did I miss something? No, they're all 3 mana or less. So basically, if they cast this and there's an angel, excuse me, that angel is coming onto the battlefield. Now let's look at Resplendent Angel. Renata, why don't you read this one for me?
1 generic and 2 white. Creature, angel, flying. At the beginning of each end step, if you gained 5 or more life this turn, create a 4/4 white angel. Creature's token with flying and vigilance.
Then it has tap 3 and 3 white mana until end of turn. Resplendent Angel gets +2/+2 and gains life. Yeah, there's a reason why this is a really expensive card. 20, 25, I think 25 plus. Yeah. Now let's look at the last one. The Book of Exalted Deeds was 3 white mana legendary artifact at the beginning of your end step. If you gain 3 or more life till this turn, create a 3/3 white angel creature token with flying. I want you to see the significance on all 3 cards there. I'm going to read the last part. Tap 3 white mana and tap it. Exile. The Book of Exalted Deeds. Put an enlightenment counter on target angel. It gains, you can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. Activate this only as a sorcery. So there's a positive there. Sorcery speed, right? The only instant that they have in this entire deck is the Collected Company. Now, the reason why I put all these 3 cards together is because, guess what? Because we're gaining so much life in this deck, or the Angels deck is gaining so much life, guess what? They're throwing angels out there, left and right, with the Resplendent Angel. And if you look at the Book of Exalted Deeds, they're creating more angels. Hell, they only got to make gain 3 life, and they get a 3/3 angel. They get 5 life, they get a 4/4 angel. They use the Collected Company, and they can spit out even more angels. Honestly, this deck should be called Angel Vomit, because they're just vomiting angels left and right. How funny would it be? People just start, hey, yeah, are you playing an Angel Vomit deck? Oh, yeah. Angel Vomit deck. It's kind of blasphemous, so don't strike me down. But that's the whole point of this. Think about what you saw before. You had Giada, spits out creatures, helps spit out creatures quickly, gets their power and toughness up quicker. The other 2 cards, what they do, the Righteous Valkyrie and the Bishop of Wings, oh, whenever the creatures come into play, boom, increase life. Because you increase life, oh, you get more angels. Ugh. It's not the worst of it. Let's look at the next slide. The next slide. Looky. Look what we got here. Brutal Cathar. Ravishing Reap, Brutal Cathar for me, please.
Creature, soldier, werewolf. When this creature enters the battlefield or transforms into Brutal Cathar, exile target creature and opponent controls until this creature leaves the battlefield.
Now, did you hear what she said there? When this creature enters the battlefield or transforms, it's not 1 for 1, it's a 2 for 1. Because, he comes into play. Oh, I'm going to do what? I'm going to exile that creature. Oh, now I transform the creature. Guess what? I get to exile another creature. The benefit for us, shall we be honest with you? This isn't an angel. If it was an angel, I'd be pulling out my hairs at whatever little things that I got here. Because, yeesh. And then look what's next to it, ladies and gentlemen. Skyclave. I don't have to read you what Skyclave does. You know what Skyclave does. I especially like the new art ones that on game day promos. Big fan of that one. But that's no here or there. So now, with Brutal Cathar and Skyclave, they're now removing not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 permanents. Oh, sorry. Let me rescind that. 4 permanents and then 2 creatures. Sorry, 4 creatures with the total cards here. Oof. And then did I forget to mention, portable hole? Now, if you missed the episode with Remph, the spirit master from Brazil, all right, he was telling you how powerful this card here is. Portable Hole. Hell, my dog in the background is woofing over here because I think she fell into a portable hole. Portable Hole. 1 white mana, and it's an artifact. Whenever a portable hole enters the battlefield, exile a non-land permanent and an opponent controls with the mana value of 2 or less until portable hole leaves the battlefield. And they got 4 of them in the main deck. I don't know about you, but have you seen that the decks that we're running here? The Azorius, the band, the mono blue snow. Yeah, this here is brutal. This here screws us up. This is the main concept in the Celestia build. Now, for those going, well, Dwight, you did bring up Bant. What separates the Celestia build from the Bant? Let's go to the next slide, and you will see the card. Oh, there she is. Linvala. Shield of the Seagate. 1 generic, a white and a blue. A 3/3 legendary creature, Angel Wizard. It's a flying Angel Wizard. But the first paragraph, honestly, doesn't matter. The first paragraph, it's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of text. Does not matter at all. Does not apply to this deck because they're talking about, oh, if you have party. Well, if you're playing this angel deck and you're spreading all these angels, it's going to be a pizza party. Exactly. Or maybe a bachelorette party or a bachelor party. I don't know, depending on what these angels and who these angels are, you know. It's going to be a fun time on their behalf. But what's important is the second paragraph here. And it says, sacrifice Linvala. Choose hexproof or indestructible. Creatures you control gain that ability on the end of turn. Why can't we have a card like this? Oh, that's right. We do, in a sense. And that card is what? Selfless Spirit. And for 1 blue mana cheaper? Because it gives all our creatures indestructible? But then it gives all your creatures hexproof? Wow. Realistically, it's not one of the better cards that I would want to put in Angel's deck, but they're running maybe 1 or 2 of these in their deck. And I want you aware of it because when I was facing this deck, when I was facing Angels, we can clear off here. When I was facing this Angels deck, I had no clue how to attack it because I had no idea, concept, or thought process of what was in the deck to begin with and how to go about attacking it. That's why I'm doing this episode, because I kept on facing this deck over and over and over again. And I'm scratching my head going, there's got to be some way. And then I figured it out. I saw the loop. I saw what's going on here. I don't want you, the spear player, going, oh my God, it's angels. They're flying. We fly and we can't do nothing. Nope. We can do something. We can do plenty. You want to know what you can do? It doesn't matter if you're running Azorius. It doesn't matter if you're running Bant. I don't care if you're running Mono Blue Snow. You can beat this deck. And let's look right now at the cards. Geistlight Snare. Now, I know some of you are going, well, Dwight, it's 3 mana. Well, if you have a spirit in the battlefield, it becomes 2. And if you're running Mono Blue Snow and you have Curious Obsession, it becomes a 1 mana spell. You can counter what affects you the most. For me, I'm going to tell you the key cards that affect me the most, that bother me the most. That's Giada. Numero uno. Number one. Number two? Hmm. I'm going to have to say Righteous Valkyrie. Number two. And then finally, number three, because it's at the 4-mana spot. You're right. Collected Company. And last time I checked, this here, Geistlight Snare, can counter it. Let's look at Lofty Denial, if you're unfamiliar. It's one generic and old blue, counter target spell unless its controller pays one. Well, meh. But if you control a creature with flying, counter that spell unless its controller pays 4 instead. We're playing spirits. Almost all our creatures fly with the exception of one. Uno. Skyclave Apparition. We have counters in this deck to officially go after angels. There's one other counter that I'm not mentioning here, and that's what? Mausoleum Wanderer, that can get rid of, or help in a sense, get rid of Collected Company. Now let's look at the next slide. Oh, looky. Look what we got here. We got Home Spell Queller. If you don't know what Spell Queller does, why are you playing spirits? I hate to be that way. But this takes care of every single card in their deck. This helps beat down and say, oh, you're going to play this? Nope, no, you don't. You're not playing that card. The only thing we honestly have to worry about is not Portable Hole, but we got to worry about who? Skyclave Apparition, right? And then the Brutal Cathar. Now, if their creatures get too big, looky who we got. Shacklegeist. Found in every 3 versions of spirits that are played right now in Pioneer. This is a card that I was like, it's good. I like it. I love this card a lot now. I've come to really appreciate this what's this one card? Opposition. I hate to call it opposition with legs because spirits don't have legs, they fly. But this opposition, this creature opposition, has been amazing. And especially if their creatures get too large, too huge. No, my friend. You are not attacking. I'm making sure I tap everything down and then I can fly over. And then let's look at the final card here. Witness Protection, 1 blue enchantment aura. I'm going to read this one because this was huge. This is something that Zach Fink, okay, the guy who won the Pioneer Showcase Challenge, put in his deck and has been saying, screaming on the mountains, this is a key card. This is a great card. You should play with this card. If you don't got your playset yet, what are you waiting for? Going to read it. Ready? One blue, enchantment aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature loses all abilities. It flies. Oh, no, it doesn't. It does this. No, it doesn't. It does nothing. It's just sitting there as a green-white citizen creature token with a base power of 1/1. They could have a 4/8, or sorry, a 6/8. They could have a huge creature. Oh, nope. Boop. I put that on that creature. It's just a humble little 1/1 green citizen, white green citizen token. That's called legitimate business person. There's a part of me that laughs at that because I'm like, the only legitimate business people out there are the mom and pops, the small business owners. Other than that, I mean, I think it's funny that, WotC, or AKA Hasbro, actually made this card because you won't actually see their logo on there. I'm just, getting myself in trouble here, but I don't care. But Witness Protection here is an amazing card right now. Now, Ramf was saying Portable Hole and what? Bant. Portable Hole is good in Azorius, but in Mono Blue Snow, we don't have that luxury of just saying, oh, I'm going to remove this creature from the game. We don't have that. What we can do is manipulate the creature, and Witness Protection allows us to manipulate that creature without using Shackle Ice to also manipulate their other creatures. Now let's look at the next slide. And then what do we have here? Oh, that's right. For those who do play Bant and Azorius, Skyclave Apparition and Portable Hole. Because Remph said so. I'm not just saying Remph said so. It's because the fact that I know, we both know. These are successful cards in Pioneer. If you're not running potentially 3 to 4 in your sideboard, there's an issue with Portable Hole. If you're not running 3 or 4, Skyclave Apparition, I can see how you want to run 2, 3, maybe put 1 on the sideboard. I understand that. But right now, in the current state of metas, something you want to take a deep dive and understand how your play style is compared to the current meta. I'm just telling you, figure out what your LGS is and you do it. You figure out how you're playing on MTGO and do it. Like I said, for me personally, in Pioneer, I'm currently running the Mono Blue Snow Belt. I'm actually running the Hiro Tsuki version that came out like or comparable. I'm not going to say I'm running his deck, but a comparable version of his deck that came out maybe like a month and a half, 2 months ago. I'm not currently running the latest and greatest version that Zach did. I will right now. I'm trying to get the money. I'm trying to get the cards in paper so I can go to my LGS and kick ass. But going back to Skyclave and Apparition and Portable Hole, these cards here can affect their deck. You can't tell me Portable Hole can't affect Bishop of Wings. It can't affect Giada. Can't affect Righteous Valkyrie. I mean, not Righteous Valkyrie. Youthful Valkyrie. You tell me Skyclave Apparition can't affect all their creatures, or affect the Book of Exalted Deeds. Think about it. You could play this Skyclave Apparition. Go the Book of Exalted Deeds. Oh, guess what? They can't do anything because that's right. You have to tap the 3 mana, tap it, but it plays at sorcery speed. You can't do anything on my turn. On my turn. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a way of beating this deck. There's a way of going out and smashing this deck. The secret, honestly, is to get under it. And like I tell you each and every single episode, honestly, when it comes to certain decks, you can sit there and play and go interactive. Oh, I'm going to wait for you to do this or do that. When it comes to this Angel deck, realistically, you may want to put your 1 mana creatures out there, maybe 2 mana creatures, and just whack, 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 whack. And then wait for use your counter spells. You see Giada, get her out of there. Righteous Valkyrie, get it out of there. You see the Collected Company, get it out of there. Those are the key cards that you really need to worry about. Oh, they used to try to use Brutal Cathar to get rid of your thing. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use my Rattle Chains. And hopefully you've built up enough mana to sit there and do what you have to do to get the victory. Because what Angels does, realistically, for us, the Spear player, it doesn't get under us. It just overpowers us. It uses the ability to gain life to make all their creatures beefier and just go, well, you got little weenies in the air. Ping, ping, ping. I'm just going to destroy them. All these are muscle-bound brutes that are just smashing our beloved spirits. But just remember what I'm trying to tell you. Counter their spells as much as you can between turns 2 to as long as you get and get in there. And when you see their holes, like, and they can't do anything on the end of their turn, play your creatures. Take advantage of the fact that you have creatures with flash, or that you can use, for example, rattle chains and allow your creatures to come in with flash to smash, 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 and then on their turn, hold to counter. That goes for mono blue. That goes for the Azorius version for the interaction, and that also goes with the banned version. Because if they're going to do nothing on the end of their turn, oh well, why would I not want to play Collect the Company? Of course, I'm going to have to take advantage of the fact that they're doing nothing. While they do nothing, I do something, and that something is victory. Let me know what you think. Reach out to me at mtgectoplasm@gmail.com or at mtgectoplasm on Twitter. Let me know your thoughts. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I full of bullshit? I like that. Am I full of bullshit? But I want to know your thoughts, because the Pro Tour, the ability for us to get into the Pro Tour is coming. And I want you to go and succeed and prosper and say, hey, I'm the best spear player here and potentially in my community, my state, or in the world. I have lofty goals. I have high hopes for you. Hell, I want to see you on my show. I want to be able to interview you and go, hey, where did you get these ideas? Oh, I heard it here. I heard it there. I came up with my own thought process. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? The next time you're kicking your opponent's ass, make sure they say, that's bullshit. We're out of here.